In the name of Almighty God, the most compassionate and the most merciful, I welcome you all, my lovely brothers and sisters, to your own channel. Today we will start, inshallah, our third chapter on trigonometry. By the way, trigonometric functions of sum and difference of two angles. What do you mean? If I have, for example, sine of x plus y. Now, what is the relation? Can I say that this one is equal to sine x plus sine y? Obviously not. So, by the way, x and y, they should be acute angles. Now, for acute angles, if we have the summation of two angles, what is the relation for that one? For sine, cosine, and tangent. We will talk, inshallah. By the way, please find a place and pick up your notebooks with your pen, and we will have a beautiful lecture on this one. In order to prove the statement for sine alpha plus beta, or cosine of alpha plus beta, and tangent of alpha plus beta, alpha and beta, or xy, a, b, they are angles and they are acute angles. In order to prove this one, suppose we have a triangle. This is our right angle triangle, A, B, C, and we have two angles inside this right angle triangle. This is alpha and this is beta. Am I right? And this one is right angle triangle. Now, in order to define sine alpha plus beta, can we define sine alpha plus beta inside this triangle? Yes, we can, because alpha and beta, alpha plus beta, this is our alpha plus beta angle, all of them. This is our alpha angle and this is our beta angle. Now, what is sine of alpha plus beta? Alpha plus beta, this is opposite by hypotenuse. Am I right? Yes. If this one is right, so can I say that sine of alpha plus beta, what's opposite for alpha plus beta? It is BC. By, now what's hypotenuse for this EBC? It is AC. Am I right? Yes, obviously. Now I want to extend this one. Now I want to draw a perpendicular line on this one. This is our perpendicular line. Why I extended this one? Because alpha is in a right angle triangle. Alpha is in a right angle triangle, but beta is not in a right angle triangle. This angle is not right angle. This is not 90 degree. This is not 90 degree. In order to put beta in a right angle triangle, so I extended this line and I made a perpendicular line on this line which is extended. So here I will make, or I will draw another perpendicular line and I will extend this EB. Suppose this name is D, this is E. Am I right or not? Yes. And I want to draw a parallel line with BD, and this name is F. Am I right? And you know by law of geometry that if this angle is alpha, this angle is also alpha. Have you got? Yes. So this is also a right angle triangle. Now in here, instead of BC, can I write B instead of BC? Can I write BF plus FC? Yes, we can do. So BF line plus FC. And instead of BC, we wrote BF plus 1 FC divided by AC. Now, according to a ratio law, we can write this one BF divided by AC and FC divided by AC. Am I right? We have this one AC as a factor, so BF plus FC. Now, this sign of alpha plus beta is BF by AC plus FC by AC. Am I right or not? In numerator we have BF and FC, and denominator we have AC. Okay, sine of alpha plus beta is equal to in here BF divided by AC. I want to multiply something in this fraction. What that one is? AE. Can I do this one? Yes. AE with AE, it is cancelled, so we have BF and FC. Am I right? Yes. The next one, FC by AC. I want to multiply this line. AC by AC. Can I do this one? Yes, obviously. So sine of alpha plus beta is equal to, I want to change the denominator, BF by AE and AE by AC. In multiplication we can do this one. Am I right? Yes. Plus here also I want to change the denominator places, so FC by EC plus times EC by AC. Now listen carefully, please. BF by AE, BF by AE. One thing more. BF, instead of this one, can I write ED? Yes, we do. Instead of BF, we can write ED. They are same and parallel. So instead of this one, we can write ED by AE. Am I right? Yes. AE. Where is AE? Here. AE by AC plus FC is FC. FC is FC. Yes, FC. EC. Where is EC? EC times EC by AC. AC. Here. And instead of BF, I write ED. Do we have FE? FE? No, we don't have. Okay. Sine of alpha plus beta. Now look, please. Instead of BF, I wrote what? And instead of BF, I wrote ED. Now, ED in AED triangle, which is a right angle triangle. In AED. What is ED? ED is our opposite side. What is AE? AE is our hypotenuse. Now, opposite by hypotenuse, it is sine. Sine of which one? Sine of alpha, because alpha is located in AED. So it is sine of alpha. Multiplied. AE. Where is AE? AE by AC. This one. Listen, we have another right angle triangle. ACE. It's a right angle triangle. Here look. Am I right or not? Yes. Now in ACE or AEC we have AE. What's AE? AE for beta, this is adjacent. AC is our hypotenuse. Why? Because it is in front of right angle. So adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent by hypotenuse, it is cosine. Cosine of which angle? Beta. Plus FC. Where is FC? FC is here for alpha. FC. For alpha, FC is adjacent. By EC. EC. EC is hypotenuse. Adjacent by hypotenuse, I think this is cosine. Cosine for which angle? Alpha. Multiplied. EC. Where is EC? EC, this one. EC. AC, this one. In which triangle? ACE or AEC. In AEC, EC is for beta. This one is opposite. And AC is hypotenuse. Opposite by hypotenuse, sine. Sine of beta. This is our function for sine alpha plus beta is sine alpha cosine beta plus cosine alpha sine beta. I think you have got. Write it. We will go on cosine. By the way, cosine of alpha plus beta. Cosine of alpha plus beta. Cosine of alpha plus beta, it is defined in ABC. In ABC triangle. Now, what is the definition for cosine? It is adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Am I right? Yes. What is adjacent in this ABC? Adjacent is AB divided by hypotenuse is AC. Now, can I write instead of AB, AD minus BD? AD, all of this one, minus this one is AB? Yes. AD minus BD. By AC. Now, we can write this one, AD by AC minus BD by AC. All of them are lines. Am I right? Yes. Now, cosine of alpha plus beta is equal to AD divided by AC. And here I will multiply this line AE by AE minus BD by AC. And here I will multiply this line CE or EC. CE by CE. Am I right? Yes. Now cosine of alpha plus beta is equal to, I will change the denominator's position, AD by AE times AE by AC minus BD, here also CE times CE divided by AC. Am I right? Yes. Now cosine of alpha plus beta is, instead of BD, in order to have shared this triangle, instead of BD we can write EF. EF. Instead of BD we can write what? EF. Where is BD? BD, this one. And instead of this one I will write EF. Yes. AD is AD. Where is AD? This line. AE. AE is this line. Yes. It is in triangle. BD. BD is not in triangle. It is not in triangle. So I will write EF. AD by AE multiplied by AE by AC minus, instead of BD we can write EF or FE. EF by CE times CE by AC. Now look please. Cosine of alpha plus beta is equal. What is AD? AD in alpha triangle. AD is adjacent. What is AE? AE is hypotenuse. Adjacent by hypotenuse. This is cosine. Definition of cosine. Cosine of which angle? Alpha. Cosine of alpha. Multiply. AE. Where is AE? AE. This one. AC. This one. In beta triangle, AE is adjacent and this is hypotenuse. Adjacent by hypotenuse. I think it is again cosine. Cosine for which triangle? For which angle? Beta. Minus EF. Where is EF? This one. CE. This one. I think opposite divided by hypotenuse. Opposite divided by hypotenuse, it is sine. Sine of which angle? Alpha. Multiply. CE. Where is CE? CE. This one. It is CE. And AC. CE. Where is AC? AC is this one. So this and this in which triangle? ACE or beta triangle. This is opposite and this one is hypotenuse. Opposite by hypotenuse, sine. Sine of which angle? I think beta. This is our function for cosine of alpha and beta, which is cosine. Cosine minus sine sine. Cosine alpha cosine beta minus sine alpha sine beta. Write it please. We will go on tangent. One thing you might think that if this one is alpha, how this is alpha? Listen to me. Now in here, do we have alpha or not? Yes, we have. This is 90 degree. Okay. Now here this line is this line. Yes. And it is extended. Yes. And I made what? I made here a perpendicular line. It means this is 90 degree, which this one is 90 degree. Am I right? If this angle is x, now what do you think? This is also x. Now if this one is 90 and this one is x, if this one is 90 and this one is x, so this angle is equal to this one, which is alpha. What? Why? Because we know alpha plus 90 plus x is 180. Alpha plus 90 plus x is 180. Am I right or not? I think we've gone. So if this one is alpha, this one is also alpha. Now to define tangent of alpha plus beta. Tangent of alpha plus beta. Can I write this one? Sine of alpha plus beta divided by cosine of alpha plus beta. Yes or no? Yes, of course. Now, what is the expansion for sine of alpha plus beta? Alpha plus beta. It is sine alpha cosine beta. I have proved. Plus cosine alpha sine beta. Divided by, am I right? Yes. What is the expansion for this one? Cosine cosine minus sine sine. Now tangent of alpha plus beta is equal to, in order to find, I will divide cosine alpha cosine beta in numerator and also in denominator. What do I want to say? Sine of alpha times cosine beta plus cosine alpha sine beta. Here I will divide cosine alpha cosine beta. Can I do? Yes. And also in denominator, cosine alpha cosine beta minus sine alpha sine beta. So once again, cosine alpha cosine beta. It can be cancelled. Our question is the same as it was. Now Tangent of alpha plus beta is equal to, here can I write sine alpha cosine beta divided by cosine alpha cosine beta plus cosine alpha cosine beta divided by cosine alpha, this is cosine alpha sine beta, cosine alpha cosine beta divided, here also cosine alpha cosine beta divided by cosine alpha cosine beta minus sine alpha sine beta divided by cosine alpha cosine beta. Now this is cancelled, here this one is cancelled, here this is also cancelled, and there is no cancellation. Now we can have tangent alpha plus beta is sine divided by cosine, it is tangent of alpha, sine divided by cosine, tangent beta, sine by cosine, it is tangent. Now this is 1 minus sine divided by cosine, tangent, and sine divided by cosine, tangent. This is the definition for tangent alpha plus beta. Tangent alpha plus tangent beta divided by 1 minus tangent alpha times tangent beta. I think you have got. Write it please. We will go on difference of the angles. To define difference of the angles, it's too much easy. I want to write sine alpha minus beta. Now, how we can define the function for this one? Can I write sine of alpha minus beta like sine of alpha plus minus beta? Yes, suppose beta is a negative angle. This is our alpha and this is our beta. So, what is the formula for sine of alpha plus beta? Sine of alpha plus beta is sine alpha cosine beta plus cosine alpha sine beta. Now here also sine of alpha minus beta is equal to sine of alpha plus minus beta. It is sine of alpha is alpha times cosine of beta instead of beta minus beta. Listen to me. Sine of alpha minus beta is sine of alpha plus minus beta. So this formula for sine of alpha plus beta we can use here, but you have to write instead of alpha alpha and instead of beta minus beta. Am I right? Yes. So sine of alpha is sine alpha, cosine of instead of beta minus beta plus cosine of alpha is alpha, and sine of beta is minus beta. So we can write sine of alpha minus beta is sine of alpha, cosine of negative angle, it is same with the positive angle. We have proved before. Cosine of alpha is cosine of alpha. This minus comes in front of sine or here, minus sine of beta. This is the formula for sine of alpha minus beta, which is sine alpha cosine beta minus cosine alpha sine beta. Now another proof for cosine. Cosine of alpha minus beta. Can I write this one? Cosine of alpha plus minus beta. Yes, we can do. So this is our alpha, this is our beta. It means we can implement cosine of alpha plus beta on cosine of alpha minus beta. Now what's the formula for cosine of alpha minus beta, alpha plus beta? It is cosine alpha, cosine beta minus sine alpha, sine beta. Am I right? So here cosine of alpha plus minus beta is equal to, this is alpha, this is our beta, cosine alpha, alpha is alpha, times cosine beta, and instead of beta, negative beta, minus sine of alpha is alpha, sine of beta, beta is minus beta. So here we can write cosine of alpha, positive with negative, it's negative beta, cosine alpha, and cosine of negative beta is same cosine of positive beta. This minus comes here, positive, sine of alpha, sine beta. This is the formula for cosine of alpha minus beta. Cosine alpha, cosine beta, plus sine alpha, sine beta. What's the formula for tangent? Tangent of alpha minus beta. Can we write this one, tangent of alpha plus negative beta? Yes, we can do. It's same. So if I suppose this one is alpha, this one is beta, tangent of alpha plus beta. What's the formula for tangent of alpha plus beta? Tangent of alpha plus beta, it is tangent alpha plus tangent beta divided by 1 minus tangent alpha times tangent beta. Am I right? So here we can write tangent of alpha, alpha is alpha, plus tangent of beta, beta is negative beta, divided by 1 minus tangent of alpha, alpha is alpha, times tangent of beta, beta is negative beta. So tangent of, plus with this minus, it's minus tangent of alpha minus beta, tangent of alpha, this minus comes here, minus tangent beta, divided by 1 negative tangent alpha, and this minus comes here. Am I right? Yes, this is plus tangent beta. We have proved the formula for summation and also difference of the angles with respect to sine, cosine and tangent. Now what do you see the changes between the sum and difference? Listen, sine of alpha plus beta, if this one is alpha plus beta, it is plus. If this one is negative, they are same, but this symbol is different. It is negative, so this is negative. If this one is plus, it is plus. If this one is negative, it's negative. For cosine, if this one is positive, this is negative. If this one is negative, so here we have positive. For cosine, if it is positive, the expansion is negative. If the angles are in negative, so the expansions are in positive. Now look for tangent. For tangent, if this one is plus, numerator is plus or positive and denominator is negative. If this one is negative, numerator is negative, denominator is positive. It means numerators and denominators, they are opposite of each other. But numerator is the same like the symbol which is between angles. So if it is positive, it's positive. If this one is negative, it's negative. It means if this one is negative, this is negative and this is positive. I think you have got. Write it please. By the way, it was all which we had in our first lecture on third chapter of the trigonometry. See you soon. Allah Hafiz.